what I have learned is that the future is personal. Always. The future is going to be so disruptive, so crazy. Each of your clients and all of their employees are going to have to make personal choices. Do I buy into this change? Do I leverage it? Do I fight it? Do I agree with it? Do I disagree with it? The future is personal. And I took that lesson into the future of work research that I'm going to present tonight. The biggest thing is we need to free people to succeed. Better training and development, better space, better ways of empowerment. We still, with all our talk of empowerment, we still haven't gone far enough. We need to go much further. The number one finding that shocked the hell out of me. We asked 7,000 people across the globe, can you achieve your dreams where you currently work? 9.8%. Now, I need to be fair. The original data came in, it was actually 29%. But when we looked at it, and we took out the senior execs, and we took out Silicon Valley type companies, and we took out entrepreneurs that are more in control of their environments, and we looked at the mainstream workforce. 9.8% of the people who are working today can achieve their dreams where they currently work. So how does that affect you if you create furniture and space? That's ethereal. What does that have to do? What can you do to help people affect and realize their dreams where they currently work? I would say this is the number one thing we need to be thinking about over the next 5 years. The hardest work that you're going to have to deal with your clients is they're used to over there in that circle, their comfort zone, and yet this is where they need to be. The hardest work will not be around how do we set up great conferences or conference spaces or how do we workspaces or furniture. The biggest challenge you will face in the future of work is everything that your clients are dealing with is far outside of their comfort zone. Let me share with you 2 choices that you may not be thinking about right now, but you should be. The first, I want to introduce you to baby Clifford. Isn't he cute? And mom, he's got this little app on her iPhone, and that little turtle is crucial to your future. Mimo is the company that puts it out, and that is the beginning of the Internet of Everything. Mom's app can test whether or not he's on his back, what his heartbeat is. It's not just a baby monitor where you're listening. This is the beginning of the Internet of Everything. Think of that turtle like your Fitbit or your iPhone, your iWatch. Only here's the difference. You got to choose whether or not you were going to wear your Fitbit. You get to choose about how your personal data is going to be used. Clifford has no choice. His mom and dad chose for him. His leadership team chose for him which data of his personal data that they were going to track. Do you see where I'm heading? The Internet of Things, you are no longer designing spaces. You are all now in bed with technology. Every single thing that you design is going to drive data. And the question that I need you to think about when I say, which movie do you want to star in, is this. Minority Report. And the one on the right is Iron Man. Your career, you are going to have to choose in the next 5 years whether you are going to take on projects in your portfolio that are like the pre-crime police, using data to anticipate problems, or whether you're going to be like Iron Man, just like Google Glass, where it's all empowerment, and it's giving the data to the individual and they can choose what they do with it. You're going to put chips in chairs. You know how that's going to be used? I'm too fat, you're skinny, you're going to be okay. Your BMI is pretty good. So she can pay less for health care. I still have some weight on me. My BMI is not where it should be, body mass index. My chair is going to tell me that I need to pay more for insurance, for health insurance. Space is no longer just space. Space is data, and your clients will be using that data in ways that you might not necessarily agree with. You have to make a decision before this happens. Which movie are you going to be starring in? So that's the first choice. I'm going to turn that over to you in a minute to talk about. But let me give you another one. How much of your portfolio of client work, what percentage of it is going to be organized around sense-making and meaning-making spaces and tools? Social media and our phones are shortening our attention spans. So we have twice as much information inside every company and next to no attention span. The biggest challenge that all of your clients are going to be facing is, how the hell do I make sense of everything? Talk among yourselves for a few minutes. What do you think about those two things?
Like you're sprinting,
dictating when they went, who went when, very rigid around time.
Some of those ethics around how that data gets used, I think, is really the more important question, and I think that that data can actually be used to really help us in the future, and I think it could be really useful to the way that we design and plan cities.
There are 1,440 minutes in every day. And what I want you to think about when you leave here tonight is, you don't put plants in the ground, you don't work at a lathe making machinery. You're a knowledge and service worker. And everything you do uses a portion of someone else's life. Everything you do uses a portion of someone else's life. Are you making the best use of those other people's 1,440 minutes? That's part of my legacy. When I travel the world in all different countries and in front of audiences, my legacy is to impact at least one person in every single room where they realize how precious life is. What is your legacy? You're not just designing space or technologies or furniture for people to sit in or stand at or work at. Is there something inside of you that really is what you are about? And then, when you think deeply about what is your purpose, why are you here on this planet, why did God put you here? When you think about that, then go back to these two questions. Is your answer the same as it was a few minutes ago? Or is it deeper and more profound? So what I want to leave you with tonight is a question that only you can answer. In the future of work, what do you want your legacy to be?